Hello, and welcome to episode 133 of Bardic Quest. In this episode, our heroes begin processing the rather enlightening conversation they've just had with Margaret, whilst they search the smouldering ruins of the Stonehill Inn for any equipment they can find that they had left behind in the fire, before they finally begin the preparations for their next fateful quest. So, without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest.
I'm going to kind of keep an eye on Saga and just kind of be in the vicinity if Saga needs a chat or whatever.
She'll stop for a moment and go, Are we leaving Johan with her?
I suppose Thorik knows her best, but from what I can tell, well, she said she could heal if the soul wasn't detached, but I suppose that means she knows how best to take care and look after a body and soul.
I can't think of a safer place to leave him.
I look over to the burning tavern. Yeah, neither can I.
Fine.
So,
Oh
yeah, go on.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I have the words I would like her to send.
Okay. By all means,
Um,
send them over.
Do you want me to just send it, or shall I read it? Or
It's up to you. If you want to keep it secret, you can read it, or if...
I'm happy for players to be aware of. Obviously, people out of the room. The message, since he kind of has written it out on a piece of paper and sort of like quite awkwardly handed it to Margaret, and it reads, "Mother, it's Thorik. I've met Margaret. Full stop." Just kind of missing that. She knows. Our friend Johan Hale of the Brethren Vigilant has had his soul stolen by Caro, a hag intending to bring forth unimaginable evil to this plane. Me and my companions intend to stop this evil and reclaim his soul. I make for the tomb of Crystrid to take up what lies there. I've run for so long from what I am. All I've ever wanted was to be worthy in your eyes. I'm not sure what lies ahead, but I will not shy from my path. I will send when I can. I love you. Thorik, Silverhorn. P.S. Love to Daddy.
Nice. And she takes it, and she takes a look, and she then kind of rolls it up, and she says, I will let her know as soon as I can, but she will be very proud of you for this, Thorik. Very proud indeed.
Well, we'll see if her pride is well founded.
I'm sure it
Thank
will
you.
be. My pleasure. I just hope that this whole endeavour provides the results that all of you seek.
So do I. You'll look over him.
Oh, yes, he'll be perfectly safe with me. Whether or not
I've,
we can bring any more life to his body remains to be seen, but for now, I will keep his body safe.
He would explain kind of like, he'd start explaining that he'd like, oh, I've cast Gentle Repose, so he won't, and then kind of realize like, she knows, like she's the literal source of his magic, and he just kind of trails off as like, well, I mean, you'll. Yeah.
Oh yes, and that was a very wise decision, I must say.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate
nice
that.
Nice to see that you're putting it all to good use.
Well, I have to say, I look forward to the day when I can snap my fingers and get rid of ghouls quite as effectively as you did.
Yes. I mean that may never happen, but something to strive for, isn't it?
Kind of takes the sort of weird slight from being told it might never happen. He's just, well, great, thanks, Margaret. It's been.
You'll never be a demigod.
She's basically just saying you'll never reach level 8. How sinister she intended.
I
that
know. Oh God.
It's just like, cool. Well, I'll try.
So,
he goes outside.
Go ahead.
Takes another slab of cake for the road and just.
Okay. What would you like to do next? What's the plan for you guys next?
I suppose we need to first of all check that the ghouls have gone.
Okay.
Check our stuff.
And see what we can recover.
Mm-hmm.
And find a place to rest, I think.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Once you, just for purposes of making sure that I've got all my ducks in a row, once you've rested, essentially, what's your intention to do after that point? What's your kind of primary objective right now?
Are we gonna go to the
I suppose it's the
vision place?
What's the barrow, isn't it?
Yeah, barrow,
Yeah.
Thorik could be like, well, I'd like to, and it sounds as much as Margaret has been cryptic. She has been helpful, and if this dragon-slaying warhammer happens to be there, it can only be useful. If we go and deal with a dragon, which it sounds like we are going to have to do.
Mm.
I don't suppose they have any hag-slaying long swords or anything else around.
Marvellous. I have some things that might benefit you.
Then you have my ear.
That's weird, Marvellous.
I have, let's come back to this if my pack hasn't been burned to a crisp and all my equipment therein destroyed.
Quite.
Yeah, can we go to the tavern? I want to see how much is destroyed.
Sure. Okay.
Is it still burning?
So you head to the tavern, which is still, there's still small fires remaining in amongst all of the rubble, shall we say. Toblin Stonehill is there, like with his hands on his head, just like dumbfounded. And you can hear him going, I come here for mining. The mining didn't work out. I set up an inn and now look what's happened to it. I should never have come to this town. Ever.
We're starting to share that sentiment, Toblin.
He says, he says, sorry about your
Don't.
Your rooms. I don't think I can provide you lodgings anymore.
That's the least of our worries right now.
Oh, I see.
Did anyone get caught in the fire?
Thankfully, no. Although, he kind of looks around at the carnage that is on the town square. He says, I don't think the fire was the biggest concern here.
Quite.
Did you see, and did you see it all? What happened here, or?
Yes, we were in the middle of it. Quite
Oh,
literally.
this is you, is it?
Well, we didn't
Well, not
cause
the.
it.
Oh,
It
well,
happened to us. Let's just say.
Bandits tried to kill Sergei.
oh, bloody hells. Well, I don't really know what to say, quite frankly. It's a fine mess, that's for sure. You can see Gundren and Nundro as well, kind of rummaging through some of the kind of burnt sort of charcoal banisters and things that are now kind of just rubble on the floor, kind of sorting through it.
Marvellous would gingerly trot over to the side of the tavern where he jumped out of the window with his armor and his pack to look desperately for his stuff.
All right. I am going to
Don't
need.
laugh.
Sorry, I am going to need investigation checks.
Can I do the same inside the tavern? So basically, as if I remember correctly, Thorik chucked out of the room, probably towards the stairs, to try and
Yeah,
keep it away from the fire.
sure.
Yeah,
I grabbed my breastplate and my pack, so I'm probably like carrying it like a school, like a like a child going to school by like one strap in my hand.
Nice.
Can I also check for my stuff
Yes,
in the
you
room
can.
where the fire started?
Yes.
It's so fucked up, man.
What? That's not good.
Can we all help
Investigation.
each other? Can we all just
Yes.
like one by one help each other?
Sure, if you want to do it that way, by all means.
We all go in search of Marvellous's stuff first.
Yeah.
I rolled
which case-
I rolled a 17, so I think
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Hopefully, I found where it lay. It's not
so-
been nicked.
Marvellous, you have found where it lay.
oh no.
There's mixed news here. Any items made of metal or magical items remain intact.
Yeah.
Anything else has perished.
You have no backpack
I
anymore.
have my armor.
And your coin.
Yes, you're literally just holding handfuls of coin. My
We look-
tabard.
Just sort of like gives you a pat on the shoulder.
Half
We're gonna have
an owl symbol emblem
Aw.
all that remains.
It's all right. We'll find more things.
This was tailor-made.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
It's only clothing.
Sorry, sorry.
She just gives Thorik evils. Like,
I'm gonna look like a pleb.
We'll get you some really shiny stuff, like really good stuff.
It's fine. It's fine. We rise above.
We look for Sergei stuff.
Let's go for yours first, Thorik.
Okay. Oh, fuck. 15.
Much the same has happened with your things, Thorik. Metal or magical items are intact. Anything non-magical has perished in the flames.
Okay, so magic items including scrolls and the wand?
Yes.
Whew! Okay, so bedroll. Gone. My cook's utensils are going to be okay. They're fine. Ooh. What have I lost? Okay, Thorik is a lot less materialistic, but he has his armor essentially, but no underclothes. He's in like a head shirt and just like.
Guess we're going clothes shopping.
And some breeches, and that's about it. Cool. Everything else gone. Block of incense gone. So his pack probably smells quite nice because block of incense. Book of holy words from his order gone.
Yep, you threw one in the forest anyway, like a while ago.
Yeah. My cooking herbs. Fuck, man.
It's such a hilarious deep dive into everyone's inventory.
Healer's kit's gone.
Oh boy. Well, here we go.
With advantage for the assist, of course.
Sergei.
Okay. Oh, 18 plus 2 is a dirty 20.
Like, untouched underneath some fucking rubbish.
Yep.
You lucky bastard.
Your inventory is fully intact.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, everything's wooden, including my loot. Like,
It's slightly dusty. That's
Yeah,
about it.
it's covered
look at that. What are you all
in
complaining about?
Halfling's luck. What can you say? I have my full inventory. I jumped out of it.
yeah.
The only
and
person who
Saga's
might
also
have
fine.
the only person who might have a spare set of clothes to share is the halfling.
Or the woman.
Clothes have no gender.
Yeah, true.
They might be a bit of a stretch, but Thorik, they might.
Like hot pants.
I have my spare disguise kit. There's a few.
I'm good.
We'll go
You
to the general store.
You can't contain all this.
Come on, pick up your stuff. We'll go to the general store. I'll have clothes.
Can we say that the candle was lit in my inventory? The only thing that caught. Small candle. Look.
Just kind of lighting
see-
the way to your bag, just kind of like resting
Yeah.
on top of your rucksack.
Thorik picks up Gladys and like gives her a little kiss. It's like, it's okay. You're all right.
Okay, well, I can pool a bit of money to help all of you.
Yes, we've got some money.
Okay,
Come on.
good, because I've only got 1 gold piece.
I've got money. Now, come on, let's go. Let's go to the general store.
If
Okay.
it's any consolation, our packs are quite light now.
All right. So I want.
I have the party gold anyway. Well, apart from Schalfort.
I want to move into something a little bit new here. Because really at this point, you're kind of looking at gear and stuff, and you're kind of beginning your preparations, if you will, to head out on this journey. Which will include resting up, of course. Now, I've done overland travel, of course, with you guys before. But I want to do it slightly different this time. And I want to use the Uncharted Journeys system by Cubicle 7, which is I don't know if anybody played the Cubicle 7 Lord of the Rings with their travel system in that, but it's essentially an expansion of that that's not Lord of the Rings specific. So it's got multiple.
Oh, the Adventures in Middle Earth.
Yes, I believe so.
One. Yes,
Yeah.
I had that.
So it kind of goes in several phases here. One is kind of this preparations phase that you're kind of in now, and then the next bit being the actual journey itself, and then finally the arrival at your destination. The journey itself consists of a number of what they call encounters, but they're not necessarily combat encounters. They are events along the way. Some of which have a positive impact on you, some of which have a negative impact, some of them might possibly be combat. But they are somewhat random. So basically, your preparations help to determine A, how many encounters you might face along the way, and B, how easy or difficult those encounters could end up being. So obviously the preparations that you're making, the hope is that you're going to make things a little bit easier for yourselves. The main caveat here with this system is that whilst you are travelling, the conceit of the idea really is that because you're out in the wilderness, you're not really going to be able to benefit from a long rest unless you find a specific location that allows for it, which is found within one of those random types of encounters, potentially. You are limited also to a singular short rest during the journey, which represents you taking a day to recover. To not move, just take a day and sit and camp. But if you take that short rest, you automatically add an additional encounter to your journey. Again, the encounters can be good, they can be bad, but it's an additional risk for taking the rest. Okay?
Sounds terrible.
So the idea is that the journey itself is almost like a form of adventure in of itself, and comes with certain risks. It's almost like an endurance test, and when you get to the location, your destination, if the journey has gone well, you should find yourselves in an alright condition to go through with whatever it is you want to do, or maybe you might have an opportunity for a long rest on the other end, or you might actually be in a otherwise worse condition, depending on how well the journey goes. So I kind of want to talk you through it as we go, but I think this will be like a fun... I've used it once before and I actually found it to be a very good, clean travel system, which kind of doesn't get bogged down with some of the minutiae, perhaps. So I want to run it at least for maybe this journey and the journey back, and kind of see how it lands with you. But I quite liked it. So the first phase of this is obviously the preparations phase, which you'll each get the opportunity to make one preparation. Okay, which hopefully, if all goes well, will make your journey easier on some level. But you can, if you want to, take an additional preparation, but doing so would forgo your long rest before you leave, and also start you off at a level of exhaustion.
We need that long rest.
Yeah.
So you have one preparation for free. You can take a second one at a cost, essentially.
So a preparation can be specific. There are a few sort of like pack-related things that we wanted to do, or like I wanted to do.
Yeah, so much of it is kind of abstracted, but we can kind of pull in all of the details of it a little bit. But the actual system itself is somewhat abstracted, but we'll tie up the specifics as well as we go.
Cool.
But the very first thing that you need to do before you actually begin preparing is to assign yourself to one of 4 roles. Okay? Luckily, there are 4 of you, so that's wonderfully convenient. And each role comes with an ability that you can use as part of this journey system. So the roles are the leader, the outrider, the quartermaster, and the sentry. So the leader obviously is for the purposes of, well, leading the group. They're kind of the party face, if you will, for the purposes of journeying. But also their ability is that as a reaction during the journey, they can allow another party member to re-roll a failed saving throw or ability check and they can only do this once per party member per journey. Okay. Then you have the Outrider, who is the one whose goal and purpose really is to find routes off of the beaten track, as it were, finding paths through dangerous terrain and leading the party through safely. Their ability is that once per journey, when the DM rolls an encounter type, you also get to roll, and then the DM will tell you which encounter type it is, and for both of you, and then you get to choose which one you go with. Okay. Then there's the Quartermaster, who's obviously ensuring that you're all well fed, that you've got all the supplies that you need, and that you're as prepared for the road as possible. Your ability is, as a reaction to any ally making an ability check, you get to spend a supply dice to improve the ally's check. So kind of like guidance, if you will. Adding a d6 to the result. And you can decide to spend the supply dice after your allies rolled, but before you know whether or not it's a success or not. You have a certain number of supply dice, based, I believe, off of your proficiency bonus. And then finally, there's the Sentry, who is basically the lookout, the scout. And their job is to kind of cover your tracks and also watch for pursuit or ambushes and things. Your ability is, as a reaction to an ally making a saving throw or an initiative check, you can spend a focus dice, which is same kind of mechanic, adding a d6 to the result of the ability check or initiative check. Sorry, saving throw or initiative check. Again, this is based off of your proficiency bonus as well. Does that all make sense, at least to begin with?
Sounds really cool.
I know it's a lot. I will send you as well.
Yeah, send the...
So that you have it. I won't send it to you now, but I will send it to you shortly.
Sounds really interesting.
So, would help if I had a pen nearby so I can make my notes. Any roles kind of jumping out at anybody in particular that they want to take?
I wouldn't. I think the second one. Sorry, they're quite similar. So my brain's getting scrambled.
Yes. So
the Outrider.
The leader,
Outlier.
the Outrider, the Quartermaster, or the Sentry.
Outrider or Sentry, I think makes most sense for Saga, but I'll see what the other people want to pick.
I think Quartermaster makes the most sense for Thorik. It's very thematic, keeping everyone hale and hearty.
Okay.
I'd agree that Outrider, I think, would be quite good for Saga. Maybe, I mean, people do weigh in as well. I think maybe Sergei for Sentry, and then
Please don't put me in the leader role.
Well, as the representative of the Lord's Alliance, I believe a natural fit, like a glove, like a finely forged gauntlet.
Speaking of which, when we come to that point, I'd like to talk about with.
To clarify, we've got Marvellous as leader,
Yep.
Thorik as quartermaster,
Yep.
Saga is outrider,
Yep.
and then I'm sentry.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
Looking over our shoulder to make sure we don't get killed or pursued makes perfect sense.
Part
The
of your
pers-
lifestyle.
The person who's like used to the wilds and kind of moving through paths makes a lot of sense. Big boy who likes cooking, obvious, and fancy man.
Fancy man.
Fancy man who does the talking, because Saga does too much of the punching.
Roll another combat.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Sounds good. I think that all makes sense for all of you. So, obviously, you've assigned your roles. The next step here is to make those preparations that you want to make. So each of you gets to make a singular preparation for free. You can make an additional one, but you skip your rest, and you also gain a level of exhaustion if you do so. So, I'll give you. In fact, actually, these are pretty. There's quite a few of them, so I won't list them out for you. Essentially, if you just tell me what you want to do, I can probably find the right preparation for you here.
I think because you guys are going to focus on getting your gear back, so I think it would make sense for Sergei to focus on getting food for the party, maybe.
Okay.
Food for the journey and that kind of journey supplies, if that makes
Or
sense.
can
maybe?
one person just like have a shopping list and go get the thing?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
that could also
Yeah,
make
I
sense.
was going to say, for the purposes of this, you probably only need one person to focus on each task.
You
as
need
it were.
healing potions desperately.
Yep.
We have quite a bit of money, so I should be fine.
Cool.
And no coin purses to put them in, it sounds like, so...
We'll buy those coin
It's all in,
purses.
carried it in my helmet.
Clink, clink, clink.
Alright. So, yes, let's start with you, Thorik, because I know you were pretty clear, I think, on what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, maybe consider about your roles here as well.
Sure.
It might help. But anything you'd like to do, Thorik?
Essentially, other than getting a, what would it be? An explorer's pack is something that he'd need from the shopping list. So whoever's going shopping, I don't know whether this would count as two things. I hope not, because it's pretty simple and reasonable and follows what we would need. Essentially, before the rest, other than this shopping list, which I'll just compile, which is basically like an explorer's pack, healing potions if there are any, and he would give any and all of his limited personal funds to the coffers if it's needed.
Sure.
That's basically it in terms of shopping.
So we have a procure supplies preparation. So
Sure.
we could kind of put that under.
The main, if he's happy to be the person to do that, but he kind of wants to make sure the other information is available to others if they do something else. He has a set of gauntlets from the mines
Yeah.
that he knows are magical
Yeah.
and probably beneficial.
Yeah.
And he would want to give those to Marvellus.
Okay.
Obviously, he'll need to. I think he can just do it over his rest in terms of attuning to them.
Yeah.
But he'd come out with this kind of, in the slightly charred vestments, he kind of peels away the sort of, with the sort of silver rings, these kind of holy garments that are just in tatters, basically kind of pulls them out. But underneath there are these beautifully shiny, trying to remember what they look like actually. I believe they're kind of silver and gilt, like really polished silver gauntlets with kind of like gold inlay around the vambraces and kind of like around the sort of finger things. They're really finely made, and he says, we found these in the mine, and
Oh, they're beautiful. Such craftsmanship.
I thought they're not really the right size for me, and I know you've lost your things, and I thought maybe you could. I don't really know exactly what they do, but I thought if anyone could make use of them, it would be yourself.
A gift?
Of course. For everything.
Brava. Oh. Yeah, he slips one of them onto his hand, see if what the fit's like. Is it nice and snug?
Almost perfect fit, in fact.
Just wonderful. I shall keep an eye out for something to return the favor. Oh, thank you. Yes. Justice will be done by my hand.
And you're very adept with your sword. I found this, and again, he presents Lightbringer, the mace of Lathander, the god of dawn. And he says, I mean, this doesn't pertain to either of our gods, brother, but I don't necessarily I can hold on to it. You're very welcome to use it as well. Just meta speak. It's +1 mace. Does extra damage to undead.
Yes, it gives off powerful energy. I'd be happy to carry it.
You're most welcome to.
Goodness me. I really do think I need some. I need some clothes. I can't be carrying such wonderful garments and have my nightshirt.
Of course, yeah. We'll make sure we get those. And last thing, again, slightly meta. Holds out the scroll of fireball. Can you read this?
Is this yes, it's not my favorite, but yes, it's I'm quite used to the handwriting, but yes, it's that's legible.
Can Marvellus cast it?
Is it on your spell list, Marvellous?
It is not, no.
In which case, you cannot read it, unfortunately.
It's like, I really, it's like,
Not in your devotion
I
spells or whatever?
don't know what some of these words are, but I shan't try to,
No.
just in case.
It doesn't happen to be on your list of domain spells or whatever they're called.
It is not, unfortunately.
Okay. Then maybe we sell it.
Okay.
That's it. So
yeah.
give him magic items. He's like Lightbringer.
Oh,
gauntlets.
goodness, yes.
He's happy to be the procurer of things.
I came here to lead, not to read.
God, that's a t-shirt.
Yes.
That's a Simpsons quote.
Yes. Oh, damn. I don't know if we can do that one then. We can try.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
So, of course, in terms of all of these preparations, there will be some rolling of dice involved. One of those things that you can do, essentially, is to take the help action as well. So if there's anything that you're like, I don't know if there's anything I particularly want to do, but I'd happily assist in the procurement of items and things, then, of course, you can do that as well. Thorik, then, it sounds as though you're procuring, which makes sense. You're quartermaster, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sergei, anything you'd like to do?
Yes, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but was there at the general store, did they not have a big map of the land?
I believe they did, yes. No, it wasn't at the general store. They're actually at your favourite place.
Oh, it's not, is it?
It is.
God damn it. I can pull that off. Let me just check. Have I got enough spell slots? I think I've got enough. I've got... Can I use a second level spell slot to cast a first level spell?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Usually you get additional benefits as well.
I'll disguise self as a local to the land. I will go in and I will ask to study the maps, and I will spend my time studying, if I can pull that off, studying the map
Sure.
and plotting the route and everything and all the above.
So I'm going to put that down as well, are you plotting a route for yourself, or are you just simply trying to commit stuff to memory?
I'll commit stuff to memory, so I'm not leaving a trace, as best I can, or just kind of getting an general idea of, things where we might go through. If we go past any encampments, I'll know kind of what to look out for, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we will put that then as the research preparation.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Saga.
So, all the things I want to do are probably just flavor / roleplay things. So probably as mechanically it'd be the help action.
Okay. Talk me through the other things that
yes.
you want to do, though, because there might be something that we.
Yes. So, I think while she's waiting for everyone to get ready, obviously, grieving and things, she will try and distract herself, and I think she'd just do like sword drills just to keep herself occupied.
Okay.
And then help with buying stuff because she's got the money, so just help with that.
Sure.
And then just before they leave, she would want to go. It'd be very awkward because she stormed out, but she'd knock on Margaret's door.
Okay. All right, we'll swing back round to that.
Yeah.
In a moment. All right, and finding Marvellous.
So I think once, while these, I would like to try and gather the townsfolk, and sort of inspire them to raise their spirits a little bit. After what's a horrendous, terrifying thing that's just happened,
Okay.
and also to try and garner any assistance we might have or tips from those who might know the land to the north to try and assist us in terms of a safer path, a quicker path, anything at all that they might that any one of the locals might have to assist us. Get a bit of charity.
Okay.
I
will put that down then as the seek advice preparation.
Yes.
All right. So let's actually start with that to begin with. Then Marvellous. Let's start with you seeking advice.
So still wearing my my nightshirt, but with my armor on, with the nightshirt sort of like tucked underneath like a sort of tabard. He stands forth as, I imagine, now that it's cleared, people are sort of venturing out of their homes to see, what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And our crowd, people of Phandalin, hear me. Evil has come to your town. It has burnt your inn, desecrated your home. But be not afraid. You live in the lands of the Lord's Alliance. And these lords shall not let you suffer for long. We look after ours, and by the power invested in me, I promise you we will stop this great evil. But for that, we need your assistance. We must venture into great danger to the north. But we know not this land. Perhaps there is one amongst you who can assist us with the knowledge of this place, for this is your home. Help us protect it. Help us secure the future for you and your kin. Which amongst you can help us save your home?
Could I get a persuasion check from you, please?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
I'd give him anything.
That's a 22, baby!
Wonderful.
If I'd rolled a 2 after that, I'd be... Who's this pocket?
His trousers just go.
So actually, after that rousing speech, Marvellous, you have not but one, but a number of people coming by and kind of telling you as much as they can of the local land, talking about Neverwinter Wood, talking about the plains and some of the foul creatures that they've heard rumours of that burst out of the ground, and various other things. Creatures in the mountains, creatures in the foothills, creatures along the coast. Like you just get bombarded with information after that rousing speech. Mechanically speaking, each party member, courtesy of this knowledge that you have, has advantage on wisdom checks and saving throws until the end of the journey.
Very cool. To the end of the journey. So
To the end of the journey, yeah.
Wow.
Basically, all wisdom checks and saving throws will be with advantage, which basically is representative of Marvellous going, passing on this information to you in various situations. Yes. Okay. Sergei.
Yes.
Would you like to talk me through your research that you're doing.
Yes, I will cast a disguise itself, so I will make myself look like an esteemed traveller
Okay.
who's wandered the land looking a little bit lost and a little bit unsure. And I will enter the establishment.
Okay.
And I will go, "Well, excuse me." I'm trying to copy Marvellous's voice. May I see a map of the land?
You see this very curt, familiar woman kind of looking down her nose at you, and she says, "Are you new in town? I don't recognize you."
Yes, indeed I am.
She says,
Name's
yep.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Are you here to mine, Fabulous?
Simply need a map of the land to see my way to the northern passages.
I see. And is this to purchase or simply to peruse?
Well, depending on how much it would be, a purchase wouldn't be awful. How much is it?
She narrows her eyes at you, and she says, 5 gold for you.
Ah,
Consider it
peruse it is.
very well. And she rolls out a map for you to study, and she kind of watches you carefully as you peruse this map. Could I get a history check from you, please?
Yes, you can. My history is a +2, which makes that 13 plus 2 is 15.
15.
Yes.
Okay.
That's decent, that.
You managed to take some notes. They're a little bit chaotic, though, because you can't really quite pinpoint exactly where you're headed. There is no kind of marking on this map of any sort of dragon barrows. And so whilst you have a very kind of rough mental image of the route, you're not sure of the specifics. And so, unfortunately, there will be no particular benefit to your research in this particular.
That is fine.
All right.
And then I will
Oh, yeah, go.
sidle away.
All right, then. So, finally, then, we have the procurement of supplies with the assist from Saga. So,
Yes.
talk me
I've started
through...
totting,
Go ahead.
start totting things up. So, I mean, obviously he'd have taken at large. Is there anything people would have asked for that Thorik can get? Does Marvellus need another explorer's pack or similar?
He's not at his
It's not his thing.
at his
Oh, I'll get him one.
yeah, get him one.
Yeah.
May do some ration. How many rations do I have? I've got 25.
That's plenty. The explorers packs will come with some rations. I would like to. Where has it gone? Herbalism kit. I had some of the pieces. Some of the things from my herbalism kit would have survived. Some of them would not. So I'd like to replenish the soft furnishings of my herbalism kit. It's usually 5 gold pieces, so it's half
it.
the price.
Yeah, let's halve it.
Halve it. Cool. So 2.5 for herbalism. 2.5 gold pieces. Thorik also believes that it would be wise to maybe get everyone a set of traveller's clothes, thinking that they'll better protect us from the elements. Another such thing.
I have traveler's clothes, so
You have?
3.
Cool. so 3 sets. 6 gold pieces for that.
Shall we get a tent?
We have a tent, don't we?
We've had this discussion. We think we have one, but we don't.
Oh.
So.
Well, we'll get 2 2-men tents then, which are 2 gold pieces each.
Okay.
So 4 GP for them. If it's possible, healing potions.
Okay.
Yes.
They're roughly
you will
50.
you will recall that when you first came to Phandalin, you had to traipse all the way out of town to get a healing potion.
Oh yeah.
But depending on how well your roll does for the procurement of supplies, I may make one available to you, depending
That's
how
very
your
kind
roll
of you.
goes.
That's very kind. Thorik would suggest getting at least 1 grappling hook. If the list of just general adventuring gear is available to us.
Okay.
Because we're going to a castle at some point. So 2 explorers packs. Potion if it's available.
Yep.
3 sets of travelers' clothes.
Yep.
Maybe a set of like common clothes as well, just to be fair, as well for Thorik. And if it was in the budget, fine clothes are 15 gold pieces. So depending on how much disposable income we have, Thorik would maybe look to get Marvellus some fine clothes.
We have 756 gold.
Oh, we can afford some gold pieces there for some of that then. All of that's good. Fine clothes. Is there anything else we want? I would get us a bag of ball bearings.
Okay.
And some caltrops.
Nice. Okay. What's your running total?
Give me 1 sec. Ball bearings are 1 gold piece. Caltrops are 1 gold piece. Those are 2. So 1 and 1. Saga, could you? Oh no, it's all right. I've got it. So 20 gold pieces for that. 15 to 35. 41. 43. 45 and a half. 49 and a half. 51 and a half. 52. 52 without any potions currently.
So if I make a potion available to you, that would be 102, because your going rate for a potion of healing would be.
Anyone else want to add anything else into the possibilities?
Double checking. I don't think so. Throw some crossbow bolts in there.
Done. 20 okay?
Yep, 20 would be perfect.
So 103 or 53.
53 or 103, depending on how well it goes.
Do we want to get if it's available to us, a flask of Alchemist's Fire to honour Johann?
Yes.
So 103 or 153.
We can afford it, so.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
So do I take the 153 off?
If that's okay, as you are.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah, 103, sorry, is definite. It might be an additional 50 depending on whether or not the potion becomes available to you.
So I'll take 103 off now regardless, and then I'll take another 50 if we roll well.
Yeah. Okay. So, in which case then, Thorik, this is going to be a slightly unusual combination here. Okay. This is representative of you haggling and talking with people in town to get hold of certain items. So it's a slightly different combination of an investigation check that you'd normally be used to, because this is going to go based off of your charisma plus investigation proficiency.
Oh dear.
With an assist from Saga as well, so you're rolling that with advantage.
What kind of check am I rolling? Oh, it doesn't matter.
So it's a charisma check plus your proficiency if you're proficient in investigation.
Cool. I'm not, but I am proficient in charisma saves.
No, because it's not. Nobody's attacking your charisma here, Thorik.
Cool.
Nobody's
So
offending your character.
So we're at -1.
Okay, but you have got advantage because you got the assist from Saga, so she might be able to step in and recover you from any gaffes.
With my charisma dump stat, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yay.
The two like people with the most resting bitch faces.
Yeah.
In the time. Like Thorik's quite happy, but just like because people see him from a lower angle, the brow line.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Indeed.
That is a 0.
Okay.
A nat 1. No, sorry, no, it's an advantage. Sorry, no. So that would have been a nat 1 for a 0, but it was a 9 for an 8.
Okay. So, the good news is you find all of the things except for the healing potion. That's not available to you. So you can obviously pay for all of those things. You've got all of those things that you wanted. Where the mechanical impact of... because obviously that wasn't a good roll. Where the mechanical impact of this particular preparation kicks in for the journey is that if you were successful, your supply dice would have graduated from a d6 to a d8. But because it wasn't successful, it will remain a d6. So there's no additional benefits for the preparation, essentially.
Okay.
So there's nothing negative happened from the result of that, but nothing positive either, other than having the things that you wanted. Sans the potion.
Why charisma?
All right. Okay. Cool. So you are at least preparations carried out. I think what we'll do, because obviously our audience will have spotted that young Sergei has had to depart. So I think we will probably pause there for the session. Hey there, Questers. I just wanted to take a quick moment to express our huge appreciation for all of our amazing Patreon and YouTube members. Your support means the world to us and helps keep this channel going strong. So I wanted to give a special shout out to each and every one of you. You are Woodstrapper, Simon Jelly, Martin C, Gallus, Gary Lloyd, James Hamilton, J.R. Belliston, Robert Treadwell, Jason Udall, Jason Bradwell, Nigel Raggett, and Rebecca Hill. Your support truly makes a huge difference, and we appreciate you more than we can express. And to those who haven't joined yet, I invite you to consider becoming a patron or YouTube member. And not only will you unlock fantastic benefits, including early access to videos and exclusive behind-the-scenes content, as well as access to our Discord channel, but you'll also be directly contributing to the growth and success of this channel. So thank you once again, all of you, for your incredible support, and together we're bringing these fantastic adventures to life. So thank you.